afternoon. She is back home. We are very, very excited. We have the very lovely Samantha Jade in the studio. Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon.
Well, you know, to be honest, if someone said to me 2 years ago that I was going to be sitting across from the table, and say 2 years later, you're going to do this, I would have just been like, nah, that's absolutely crazy. So I'm absolutely very blown away the fact you are here right now. So thank you very much for joining me.
Oh, thanks for having me.
It's great to have you back in WA, and how appropriate that you're here as well to launch your brand new single.
I know. It's so nice to be home on a day like this, It's even more special, being at home.
Did you go to Prince last night?
I did.
Tell us all about it.
Oh my gosh, it was amazing.
Yeah.
He's just obviously know his songs and know he's a genius, but I was blown away at how great he was at singing. I forgot how great his voice is. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And he played like a classical piano player. It was ridiculous, amazing. I could have sat there for 2 more hours.
I love that description right there. I mean, a lot of people probably missed out on that, myself included. But thank you very much for filling me in on that one. Now, your last single, we just heard just then, Shake That, teaming up with Pitbull, had that infectious hook. We love it.
Oh,
this new single, let's have a listen to this, Always. Now, it seems we're going down the 80s road this time.
Yeah, a bit of an 80s vibe to this one. This was I was in LA and I was writing the record and we'd kind of written all the songs we needed. Mm-hmm. And it was like the last... I think I was flying out. Yeah, I was flying out the next day. So I had one more session. Yeah. And they were like, what do you want to write about? And I was like, play me some tracks. And this track came on. And I loved the feel of it. I loved that kind of 80s throwback. And it was just really fun. Mm-hmm. And, kind of that girls just want to have fun kind of vibe to it. And so I was like, let's write something about just loving love. Just like happy, and girls can have their hairbrush and sing in the mirror. And it was the last song we wrote and the second one to come out. So it's pretty exciting.
Now, there's obviously been a bit of a break between Shake That and Always. You must have been very busy during that time.
Yes, well, I finished doing Shake That and everything like that, and then literally went into filming Home and Away. So that kind of took over my life for a second there.
Yes.
And then Christmas and carols and all that stuff comes. Yeah.
So obviously, as you just mentioned, Home and Away, you'll be invading Summer Bay.
Yes.
Tell us about Isla.
Oh my gosh! So she is. There's so many layers to her, really. When she first comes in, she does come in with bad intentions, but she is actually a really lovely girl, and she means really well. She's got 2 kids, she's a mother, and at the end of the day, she's doing everything to protect those kids. And it's desperate times call for desperate measures. So you'll see kind of the things she goes through as the show progresses, and you'll be like, oh God.
All right, that's coming up very soon. Home and Away on GWN7, and Nick Westaway, co-star as well, also featured in the Always video.
Also featured in the Always video, and also a WA boy.
Very nice. Keeping it local.
Yeah.
Hello to Margaret River out there. Obviously, as we mentioned, you're no stranger to the acting scene. Of course, playing Kylie Minogue in the INXS mini-series. Then we've seen Molly as well. Yeah. Do you love the fact we've had all this attention on Aussie music?
I love it, and I think it's not done enough. I really do, and I think that I love it, and I think that we have such incredible artists and pioneers in the industry that have started here and that we don't know enough about. It's so interesting watching the Molly show. You're like, oh wow, like all the stuff he had to do, the hard work he had to go through, and even in excess Michael Hutchence, and how the band started in Perth and working so hard to get onto to do those stadiums. It's a long road. Yeah, it's good for people to see how hard people work.
We've had a bit of a shake-up with Channel V announcing it is closing as well, which is kind of sad news.
So sad.
But hopefully we will pick up and there will be something else to take its place.
Yeah,
I think.
Fingers crossed. Yeah.
So anyway, and Always, it is the new single from 9. You got to get it, you got to buy it, you got to download it. I've been listening to it on Spotify. Absolutely love it. I'm going to play it again right now.
Thank you.
And don't forget, Samantha Jade will be making her Home and Away debut. That'll be March 3 on GWN7. And I understand, too, you'll be in Bunbury tonight.
I will be, yeah. So that's another reason I came home. So my dad and I are actually going to drive up. He's going to take me to the show.
Yeah.
And we're going to stay over there for the night, which would be nice. Because we used to do that when I was a kid. We'd go to Bunbury all the time. You'd kind of do that
I'm a
from
Rockingham
Perth.
boy, so I always did it.
There you go, yeah. And you'd go stay there for the weekend or whatever.
Yes.
So it'd be my first time performing there, which would be fun.
Excellent. And of course, Southwest, get excited. Samantha Jade back in town as well. Thank you very much for joining us on
Thank
Skira Drive.
you.
On the way soon, Robert Palmer.